Oh well, I can't vouch for that. What?
Are we recording?
This isn't plugged in.
Oh!
Welcome to the Lifecast,
Take two.
episode 42.
Yes.
Take two.
Take two.
Take two. Ow.
Those were almost like equidistant from one another.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Sick
Yeah, I know.
peak.
Sick peaks. All right. I'm your host, Deanna Minasian, here with Sydney,
Hello.
Kennedy,
Hello.
and Adam.
Yes, hello, greetings.
To start off, I have 3 announcements.
Not
Are you
two.
sure it's not 4?
Hey, I was finished before we realized we were
No, you're
recording with
Armenian.
Damn.
Thank you for that necessary
culture,
piece
not
of
a costume.
information. It was directly
And we're not
related.
Slavs.
Technically. Technically, the Slav resides in your heart.
Now,
It squats there. Unwanted.
I can't be
is always
finished in my heart.
But hey, Deanna, why don't you tell the audience why we're talking about Slavs?
All right.
Yeah.
Announcement 1.
We really like the Slavs.
Take that out of context.
Please. Probably
Make
good
sure
that I
there's a
just-
good reason for it, and we're not just making fun of them.
We're not mocking the
We love
Slavs.
the way you squat.
No, we're not mocking the Slavs.
We admire your
I have
life.
actually, on this podcast, discussed why Slav squatting is a thing. And it's because of communism.
It's because of us.
No, it's because of communism. Because they don't have park benches.
Did they squat?
Yeah, they don't have park benches, so like, you know.
Is that how we solve the equality thing? There's not enough benches, so everybody just gets to fucking stand?
No, there's no park benches because the government doesn't subsidize parks. They don't, like, maintain the parks.
Because there's not enough benches for everybody.
Because there's not enough money.
Anyway, continue.
We, as the Lifecast, have opened a Discord server entitled The Lifecast's Slav Squad.
Join us.
The link actually went up like half an hour before we started recording this podcast. And we'll all share that around.
I'll retweet it as we speak.
Yeah. If,
So by the time this podcast is up, it should already be up. It should already be running.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already seen it, like on your Twitter feed or Facebook, first of all, follow us on Twitter or Facebook
Yeah.
so you can see it in the future. And, of course, join it.
Yep.
Can I plug my Discord server?
Sure.
Okay, so when we got when Deanna sent over the invitation, instead of using the invitation code to accept it, I by accident created a server named that invitation code. So I got a Discord server called sorry, I exited the app. ZFSZTCY. If anyone wants in, let me know.
What does that stand for?
Nothing. It was the invitation
It's
code.
a randomly generated like code link thing.
My fucking god.
Like a short link.
So there's no one else in it but me, so it's
It's a party.
it's pretty quiet right now, but if you want to fix that.
Yes. So please, if you would like to talk to us outside of the podcast and outside of all of these, like, you know, audio conventions and, like, social norms that we place on podcasts, we're all a lot more informal, believe it or not, on Discord. You'll realize very quickly that 75% of my vocabulary is just the word Lamau. Second announcement. I know we said we were going to do this last Sunday, but it's in editing. It's
For
in
real
post.
this time.
For real this time.
We lied.
We will be publishing the first episode of Shadowrun, the Coda Conflict, this Sunday. And thank you.
Thank you, Adam, for the sound effects.
Please clap.
What would we do without you?
Thank you. And to prep for that, this Saturday, I'm going to be doing a stream on the Lifecast net on Twitch for Shadowrun character creation. So if you want to put an NPC in our Shadowrun campaign, you have the power to do so.
Dude, that's fucking lit. Why didn't I hear about this sooner?
Because I just thought of it like 2 hours ago.
Oh my fucking god, I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so
I'll
fucking
start
lit.
working.
Make a character. Holy
So-
shit, what's stopping you guys?
Yeah, so I'll be taking character concept requests, and I'll just be putting them in Chummer and talking to you guys.
You ask what's stopping us?
Yeah.
The crippling amount of
No,
work I have
no, I'm
left to
asking,
do
I'm
within 2
asking, I'm
weeks.
asking what's stopping the audience.
Yeah.
Like, y'all
Several,
like OCs and shit.
Yeah, several of the Lifecast people will probably be there to hang out also.
I'll be on my phone.
I will be there.
Yeah.
because Twitch
I-
lags on my
I don't
I'd
do
like
things.
to be there to depending on what's going on. I'm
Sure.
only now hearing about this, but
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start at like 9 or 10 o'clock.
if situation presents itself, yeah, I'd love to.
Oh,
Okay.
I might be drinking by then.
That's fine. I'll probably be drinking too. We'll have a good time.
I'll be drinking too. Drinking Diet Coke.
I'll be drinking
Ooh.
alcohol.
Yup.
Oh, well, my Diet Coke tastes better.
No.
Not when you don't put rum in it.
I'm all about that plain Diet Coke life.
All right. And finally, this I was gonna put this at like the end of the podcast, but I think more of you will hear it if I put it at the beginning. We are starting a collaborative Lifecast squad playlist on Spotify. So if you use Spotify, or if you don't, you just want us to put some songs on there.
Honestly, even if you don't use it, a lot of us are really active on Twitter. So if you tweet at the Lifecast, or if you tweet any of us saying like, I want this song on there, go right ahead. I'm not on Spotify either, and I just Deanna put my songs on there. If any of you like power metal, you should check it out.
Yeah, everyone gets 2 songs because I don't want to have it be too congested.
Also, please pick something that's not already there.
Yes, avoid duplicates if you
Yeah,
can.
pretty please.
Uh,
We understand that sometimes, they might be under like different names or something, and it might just happen. But if you can avoid that, please.
yeah. Let's see. I think that's it.
Oh,
yeah,
oh no,
tweet
there
your,
is a fourth announcement.
tweet your suggestions at us, but yes.
Deanna, I noticed there is some lovely new artwork for the Lifecast.
Yes. We do have some lovely new artwork, courtesy of
Courtesy.
Kennedy,
Hey guys.
who's sitting right here across
Commission
the
me,
table from me.
please.
Yeah, please go commission her.
Please,
Um,
I'm poor. I
if
like to eat.
Kennedy likes food,
I
Yeah.
do like food.
She
a lot.
also likes drawing for money.
I do.
but mostly food.
And if
The only thing I like more than drawing for money is food. Guess what I spend that money on? Food. It's a win-win. You get some pretty great fucking art. I get to eat. I feel like that's a pretty equal
I'm gonna show the
trade.
microphone what the art looks like
Oh,
so they get a
great.
good sense of it.
Yep,
Oh, thanks.
totally.
Yeah, do you like it?
Yeah, chances
Yeah, me
are
too.
if you navigated
brown
to this
people are in one
podcast
corner.
at all.
Oh my god.
What?
It's like
All the brown people are in one corner.
Hey, Ricky's in the opposite corner. That's just
I
honestly,
meant to bring that up and I just didn't, and then it became the profile picture.
is this
like-
segregation?
no, honestly, that's just the way they loaded into Photoshop.
I mean, like it's fine. I was just looking. I was like, why are Greg and Chris and Adam all just in the top?
Damn, I guess that's my mistake. Should I like go back and fix it?
I mean, it's fine.
Or is it the same? It's not like that on the
yeah,
banner.
it's not like that on the banner.
Yeah,
No, I like honestly, I did not mean to just.
I figured you didn't. And even if that did happen, and like you were the one who did rearrange it, I don't think you would have done it with that intended.
Yeah. Okay. No, it was that's just
Wow,
the way.
gee
they-
I'm
whiz,
not
so
insulting our
offended. How
host.
dare you use my art to promote racism by putting our friends next to each other? I can't believe the nerve.
It's true. I don't like any of these. I don't like it. I don't like being next to Chris.
Yo, real
I'm
talk
sorry,
though.
but like you shared a room with
Real
him.
talk though.
I know we did.
Greg, Colin,
Nuts.
and Pat's are the ones I think came out so fucking well.
Yeah.
Those are like my favorites.
They're all very cute.
Oh, thank you. I channeled my inner
I like my
Your inner
hair.
artist.
my inner anime chibi
Yeah.
weeb.
But yeah, go commission Kennedy.
Please.
If you've also, I'm gonna real quick plug your Alolan Doug trio as the trio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Please do the
Oh
Pillarman.
my god, can I use that as the cover image for this podcast?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
If you're listening to this podcast, or if you have been on our social media pages at all, Kennedy drew the cover of this podcast. So if you want anything like that, please commission Kennedy.
Bonus points if it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm actually rereading Vento Ario right now to prep for a panel I'm doing at AzumiCon over JoJo's, and like I'm just all my old boy band gangster feelings are just. I really miss Guido Mista. I really missed Guido Mista. Anyway, let's continue with the podcast.
Yes. Let me see. Do we have any other announcements?
I don't think so.
Any from you guys?
Nothing I can think of.
Yeah. I don't think I can think of anything either. I didn't write them down.
So Deanna, what have you been playing? Wait, were you trying to say something? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna plug a funny for a moment.
Oh, do
go
it.
for
You
it.
know how you always ask me what type of hair to do for my photos?
Yeah.
You'll be happy to know that in about a month's time, my hair will be drastically different.
Oh my god, what's it gonna be?
I'm gonna cut off about 4 inches
Ooh.
and dye it pink again.
Ooh,
'Cause
like how pink?
Like kind of purpley pink, like mauve.
Mauve. Ooh. Okay,
Yeah.
so fun fact, a little context for all you listeners. I've drawn Sydney a few times, and Sydney is the only person I've ever drawn where, normally when I draw someone, I ask them, like, is there any particular clothes you want to be wearing, any particular pose, any particular prop you want? Sydney is literally the only person I've ever had to ask, what color hair do you want? Because it changes so often.
I've dyed my hair 30 times since I was 12.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm gonna throw up! I'm gonna throw up!
It's surprisingly not that damaged.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna throw up.
Please don't. That'd be messy.
For other reasons, not your hair. It's just I'm very sick right now.
All right. Other than that,
We're starting planning for our Game of the Year stuff.
yeah, we are
So
starting
if you-
planning for
so
our
if you-
Game of the Year stuff.
Yeah, if you'd like have any
I'm still
suggestions.
fighting with myself over what my game of the year is.
So
I
if
can't
you
fight other people yet. And I'm still fighting myself.
spoilers.
Did that
Oh.
neck crack come up on
Probably,
the wavelength?
yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
So
It was loud.
if you like
sorry.
a Game of the Year discussions presented in a very stupid format, stay tuned. We'll have something for you in about a month.
Yeah.
And as a side note, if you want to leave comments or tweet us with what your game of the year is,
Yeah, please.
Like, some of us, like myself, are still fighting ourselves over so little feedback might be encouraging.
Yeah.
Still have 9 games to play.
It's there are 2 I'm fighting between.
No, I'm
right
saying
now.
I have 9 to play, not 9
Oh.
9 to play.
Oh, I thought you were
In a
saying
month.
like there are 9. You're thinking of it. I'm
No,
like,
no, no,
Jesus
no, no.
Christ, I only have 2.
No.
Should I say what they are?
No,
No, we'll save it.
All right.
We'll
That's
leave
for
that
the
for
goatee.
January.
But yeah. Next up, I want to give this guy a shout out since we're kind of still talking about the Spotify thing. Not really. I just want to do it. Thank you, Clifflight, for tweeting your mixtape at us when we asked for music recommendations.
We gave it a listen and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. So thank you. That we'll pick a couple of songs from it and it'll go on the playlist.
Is it on
I
Spotify?
admire your dedication.
That's ballsy.
Yep.
Is it on Spotify?
Yeah, it should be. They said it should be by the end of the day.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to take a listen, their Twitter is at Clifflight.
No.
Clifflight, just like it sounds, like
That
the
sounds
word.
like that could be like an alcoholic drink.
It probably is, and if not, I'll make it Saturday.
All right.
Oh. Okay, we're good.
Other
My computer's already
than,
muted.
huh?
Never mind.
Okay.
Crisis averted.
Other than that, speaking of games we've been playing, I took a trip back into space with No Man's Sky.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
The
Talk
foundation
to us,
stuff.
Deanna,
The
talk
foundation
to
stuff's
us.
out now, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
foundation stuff is out.
Tell us everything. Give us all the hot gossip.
So I'm not even really sure what the hell the foundation stuff is. I know it's like base building.
There's
So
base building.
Run me down a little bit.
Okay, so first off, I have to preface this with something. I started up a new game in creative mode, and in order to get to the base building things in No Man's Sky, you have to find an abandoned base to make your own.
Okay.
I spent, hold on, let me check my playtime really quickly, because I want to see how much time I spent doing this.
Oh no.
Nah, man.
The suspense is killing me.
Nah, man.
I spent 2 hours, and this is on top of a work schedule. This is on top of not being home constantly. I spent 2 hours trying to find an abandoned base in creative mode, and I could not do it.
It's disgusting.
So as far as base building goes, I can't say right now. And that's a big part of the update, so I can't speak to a big part of the update, which sucks. And I learned this last night, and I didn't have a chance to play after I learned it. But apparently, you can just build something that will help you find abandoned bases even quicker. And I didn't know that. It was never explained to me. It would have been nice before I spent 2 hours traveling my ass across space looking for an abandoned base.
Bars.
Huh?
It kind of rhymed.
Yeah.
Bars.
Bars. Yeah, would have been nice. One thing I do like, though, is the addition of creative and hardcore modes. Honestly, to me, it feels a little Minecrafty. I'm like base building, crafting. It feels very Minecrafty to me, especially when playing in creative mode. And I don't hate it. I thought I was done with Minecraft. I thought I never wanted to see another crafting-based game again. I don't hate it. And I still stand by what I said in my article when we were 1 week out from No Man's Sky. It's still a good game to come back to when you need to just clear your mind. And I think creative mode is a really good thing for that. Because it doesn't have hostile sentinels. It doesn't have hostile animals. I don't think it even has hostile ships fighting, like in planetary systems. It's just a really chill experience. And for that, I like it a lot. I also like that trading up ships in creative mode doesn't cost money.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
Yeah, which is huge. Because I was stuck with the pre-order ship for 12 hours. Never once was I able to make enough, I guess, money in the game to buy another ship.
I was in the same position where it seemed very drastic. Like from your base ship to the next upgrade of it was very,
at
very
least
drastic.
2 million.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you can't like farm materials for several hours? Too bad. You can't even carry them. Have fun, fucker.
So do you just get them when you find them now?
Yes.
Okay.
You can walk up, you can interact, you can make an offer for the Lifeform ship, and you can just take it.
Cool.
You can just rob people blind.
And maybe it's a charity. Maybe you're not robbing them. Maybe it's like, I don't need the ship. I'll find a way home.
Maybe it's like
I'll
a
find a way
Robin
home
Hood
somehow.
kind of situation,
Yeah.
you know? Or that what is what's kind of funny doing that?
The Vita relocation program.
Maybe it's like
The
that
Vita relocation program?
ship relocation program.
That's interesting.
Just in a very Robin Hood kind of way.
Okay. I do like that in some of the space stations. Well, actually, I really like the fact that you can, without a third level Atlas pass, you can get into every door that you find. You don't need the pass. There was this thing where you had to have an Atlas pass to get into certain doors, and you needed to have it be a certain level to get into other doors. And as you progress towards the center of the galaxy, they leveled, like the quest, I guess, leveled up your card. That doesn't matter. You can get into every section of a space station now.
So that stuff's just in creative mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
This is just in creative mode. In survival and hardcore, it's still there.
Okay.
I didn't play hardcore mode because, honestly, I hated combat in survival mode. I don't want to go back to survival mode ever again because I hate sentinels. I hate the super sentinels. I hate space combat. I hate the way the ships control to do combat. I hate taking damage.
Like the way the guns control.
Like, oh my god. I hate everything that is combat oriented about No Man's Sky. And even in creative mode, I still hate how ships control. There's nothing that's been done to correct that. That's all I can say.
What a surprise.
Yeah. I do like that Hello Games is at least trying. Because I feel like with No Man's Sky, everyone really got caught up in, oh, it's No Man's Sky, it's going to be the greatest game ever. Which, first of all, no, it wasn't. Never was.
Oh, my goodness. I want to talk about messy releases. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Second of all, I think their small team needed to take a step back and say, what are we doing? We can't, we can't keep promising the moon and not delivering.
Well, it's not the moon. It's not the moon that they didn't deliver.
Yeah.
It's a lot of planets. It's a lot of planets and a lot of multiplayer, and I don't know all the other.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make a joke that there's a lot more planets.
That's fine.
They didn't deliver the sky.
Yeah, they didn't deliver on several things. And I can kind of see where it's like, oh, it's just a broken game. But it was so hyped that I think everyone lost sight of what it was really going to be.
I'll tell you what I still find hilarious is the fact that it's being inspected, and to my knowledge, it's still in the process of
there's an
false
update to that.
advertising. Oh, there is?
Yeah, I'll get to that at the end. Yeah, but I honestly think the fact that No Man's Sky just kind of stopped development shortly after release for like a couple of weeks. Yeah, no one had been to their studio in a couple of weeks. No one was working on it for a couple of weeks. They were completely silent for months. I think they needed it. And I think they needed to say, what are we doing? They needed to take a break, and they needed to come back with a clear mind and say, this is what we should do. There are a bunch of people that bought this game that want to play it.
They came back with clear minds and a fuck ton of PR problems.
Yep.
And honestly, I think that's the only negative that the whole them staying silent thing really did to them. Because if they had at least said something in the midst of all these problems, maybe even made a small effort, even if they didn't really have clear minds about this, you know, when it comes to the public opinion, especially when your game is put that much in the front of the gaming scene as theirs was, you know, when you stay quiet about this, a lot of people aren't going to trust you, even if you do end up fixing it later, because they're still going to be hung up on, well, where were you when I was so pumped on playing this game? Like, now I don't even care. Now I've returned it. Now I just don't give a shit. So even if they came back with clear minds, I honestly don't think that it'll... at this point, I don't think any amount of effort's really going to ever pull them out of that really shitty public opinion. Everybody's going to look back at them and say, wow, what a shitty studio.
No Man's Sky is the household name for this generation's E.T.
That and...
I mean, it didn't... nowhere near what E.T. did for the market.
I'm going to say... maybe... Only because one other game comes to mind for that.
All right.
It's a little game. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you haven't. It's an obscure old game called Mighty Number 9 that came out this year.
I mean, I didn't ruin the game. That was bad.
Yeah, that was just bad.
You know what I mean?
Like, for lame.
But
that was like an indie nightmare.
Yeah, I feel like when people are talking about the worst games that came out this year, I feel like those two are going to be the names we're going to be seeing everywhere. Like, you know, a couple of years ago, it was Ride to Hell Retribution. What was the bad release last year? Was it that fucking airplane game on Steam?
I think it was Watch Dogs.
That was
no. What game am I thinking of?
Mind.
It was either in 2014 or 2015. I can't remember the name, but it was like this weird like flight simulator game where you were on a plane and it was just horrendously glitchy.
Oh, I think that was a few years ago.
No, it was either 2014 or 15. I promise you that. And it was just horrendously glitchy. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of Twitch players were making fun of it, and the devs got so butthurt that they actually like banned and removed a lot of people who were uploading videos about it. They got it removed from the store. It was a shit show, but you know, actually the more I think about it, the more I think that was 2014.
Yeah.
What was the bad game last year?
I don't even remember.
I don't know.
Was there?
I think last year was a pretty decent year for games, honestly.
I mean, there were a lot of really good games.
Obviously, there's bad eggs.
Oh, but speaking of games to have come out in a single year, can I mention something real quick while it's on my mind?
Yeah.
I recently saw a pie chart on this.
Yeah.
38% of the game, you know where I'm going with this, of the games on the Steam library, or Steam store, I should say, right now came out during 2016.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Shit.
Anyway, keep talking about No Man's Sky. I'm sorry, I kind of went on a tangent.
That's okay. About the ASA investigation, the Advertising Standard Association?
Yeah.
I think. They denied all claims to false advertisement.
Of course they did.
Of course they did.
They're not going to say that.
Tony Hawk 5.
Tony Hawk 5.
For the worst game last year.
Does that involve planes?
No.
You want to know what it involves?
It involves Lil Wayne, who's as high as a plane.
You want to know what it involves, Sydney? It involves a lot
of really washed up skateboarder
glitches.
But yeah, they said that the differences in graphics quality between the screenshots on the Steam page and screenshots that people were taking at home were due to the difference in, like, not everyone's going to have the same computer, things like that. So they were pretty much cleared of false advertisement, like, slander, I guess. Honestly, in my opinion, my humble onion, the ASA investigation was too fucking far. Like, bad games come out all the time. It's just kind of the world we live in.
I will say this, though, in the ASA's defense. I don't remember where it was, but I do remember seeing, like, this huge-ass list on Reddit. Someone went into super fucking big detail. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Where
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Deliberately listed and linked and gave sources for, like, all the things they promised for the game and ultimately didn't deliver. They also had, like, a little thing at the end saying, like, here are the worst cases of it. Here are the ones that are more forgivable. And I feel like with the ASA, you're kind of hitting a bit of a gray zone because a lot of the advertising they did for this game was through interviews and stuff like that, which in a video game sense isn't really considered traditional advertising. Yeah. If it were almost any other product, like, it would absolutely be considered advertising, but video games are a part of this weird gray zone where it's like, kind of like what you were saying, because, you know, people are going to be running it on different things with different specs, and, you know, especially being a PC game, you can mod it, you can argue this, that, and the other, and a lot of it is, you know, going to be opinion-based, and it's really hard to argue one way or the other unless it's really black and white, like if they had advertised, this is a puzzle game, and then it ended up being a third-person shooter JRPG with roguelike, not a puzzle game at all. Yeah. So it's one of those weird things. It's just it would have to be really black and white. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're saying that stuff like through an interview, what's to say those aren't just plans that you're laying out that you never got to?
No, and that's exactly it, which is part of the weird gray zone video games fall into. If they were interviewing about a new product at someone give me a really big brand. Just any given big brand.
Tabasco.
Let's say Tabasco was launching a new kind of sauce, and they were being interviewed. Maybe it's called Tabasco, and they were interviewing them about, like, you know, a new product that Tabasco is launching because they are a very major brand, because they're making these millions upon billions of dollars because it is such a well-known brand with such a well-known product, and moreover, especially because it is a food product, an interview would technically be considered a kind of advertising. So if, you know, the ASA were to look into that, if it were even to this scale, you know, Tabasco, they'd probably have some legal problems on their hand, but because it's a video game, and again, that's a lot of entertainment media falls into this gray zone. Books, movies, games, you know, because you can, at the end of the day, you can argue, you know, that it's subjective. You could argue, you know, you didn't understand it right. There's, you know, when it's subjective versus objective products, it's a very weird situation. And even then, the ASA, honestly, based on a lot of things I've learned in a lot of my advertising class, a lot of stuff, honestly, doesn't get delved into as much as it usually should. And most of the time, it has to be a really apparent misadvertising to get more than a slap on the wrist. Yeah. So. But you guys don't want to hear me talk about marketing, so I'll stop there.
That's okay. Sydney.
Yes.
You had words to say.
I do. I have a few words to say, because I played video games again this week.
Played the best video game ever this week. That's what you played.
I played 1 1/5 of a game, so I'll talk about the one game first of all. And I'm going to very strongly disagree with Kennedy about this being the best game ever. It is a good game. I will wholly admit that. The game that I'm speaking of is BioShock Infinite.
You love it.
It came out in 2013, and I'm 3 years late in playing it, but oh well. I played it, and I enjoyed it, but I did not enjoy it nearly as much as I enjoyed BioShock. And I have a few points that I want to bring up. For one, I really like the atmosphere of BioShock a lot better. I found Rapture a much more engaging environment.
To be fair, that's exactly what was intended, because Ken Levine says in interviews all the time, Rapture is the main character of BioShock. So, like,
Sydney speaking.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, for the record.
I knew this was going to happen as soon as I started talking.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I will stop myself there, but I will just say that's intentional.
You're still a piece of shit, Ken Levine.
But you know what I mean? That's one of those things that it's like they didn't make it to rival Rapture. Like, they went in knowing this is not going to measure up to Rapture, because Rapture was made to be the main character.
But then, what?
Yeah, no, legit.
You just said character.
No, I know I did. That's what all the... Look at any interview with Ken Levine, Bill Gardner, or any of the major devs of BioShock, and they explicitly say Rapture is the main character.
But it's a place.
That's the beauty.
Hey, you know what else happened? There is this really cool piece of literature in which the land is the main character too. That's actually pretty good. It's called "Cry the Beloved Country," by Alan Payton.
Anyway, I will stop talking until you're done talking.
I appreciate that.
I'm really passionate about BioShock, everybody. I'm sorry.
I'm not nearly as passionate. I enjoyed this game, but like I was saying, I really enjoyed Rapture a lot more. I found the horror aspect of BioShock very, very engaging. I'd never really played a horror game before, and I wouldn't even really call this a horror game. But like,
That's survival horror. It's
yeah,
kind of horror-ish.
and I think that was what
more
pulled
of an
me in
action game.
about
It's got some
BioShock, was that like it involved
jumps.
like the splicers for one thing. The splicers were like a legitimate enemy. They were. It's been a while since I played the game, but they were people once upon a time who are now no longer people, and like. I don't know, it was just really, really boring to just keep killing guards over and over again in BioShock Infinite. And it's like, I'd try to be like a model citizen and walk in there with my bloody little ratchet hand, whatever. Be like, hey, I'm not trying to kill people. I'm just trying to walk through here. And they're like, time to shoot Booker. Like, fuck. So then it was just like 5-10 minutes of just killing mobs and mobs and mobs and mobs and mobs of people. And it's like I was exploring and I was listening to the voxophones, but I wasn't engaging with Columbia at all. Whereas BioShock, like, even if I wasn't exploring as much, because honestly, I got lost in BioShock a lot. I didn't realize there was an arrow at the top pointing me to where I was supposed to be going until like 2 days into playing this game. I was just kind of wandering aimlessly. And I think that helped with my exploration because I was living by the policy of playing Infinite of like, oh, press up on the D-pad. If it's going this way, I should go the opposite way and go in that other room. And it was just like, it was too easy to explore. And that was my thing, especially since like Elizabeth was always like, oh, there's a lockpick over here. And at one point, I just had like 32 lockpicks.
In your defense for that one, though, you were playing on easy mode.
I was playing on easy mode because I don't like dying in my games.
That also doesn't change like the exploration stuff in it. It's
Well,
not
no,
like
it doesn't change
they
it.
take
I'm
away
just saying
space
on
from it.
behalf of the lockpick stuff, like having played this game on every single mode of difficulty, I can vouch. You go on 99 mode, bitch. You have just enough to get by.
I like enjoying games. And when I die a lot, I don't enjoy them at all. But I was playing on easy mode, and I played on easy mode in BioShock 2 because
BioShock 2?
No, BioShock 2, like
As well.
T-O-O.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make that clarification. That's
Hey, I thought BioShock 2 was a great game.
I disagree strongly.
Hey, I got my debating boots on!
I disagree strongly.
People give
Sydney's
the game a lot of hate for
talking.
no good reason.
Sydney's talking.
I was playing BioShock as well on easy
Oh, you
as
gotta-
well.
You gotta clarify constantly.
Well, I
might
just
get
felt like it was
confused.
really misleading that
No, I
because like
know.
I heard that and my first thought was you didn't play BioShock 2.
No, I played BioShock.
I sat there and I watched
2.
you play BioShock.
In addition to BioShock Infinite.
For clarification, you have not played BioShock the second.
I think people have gotten that by now.
I just want to make that clear.
I mean, I'm not gonna play the second one.
As you,
I'm-
that's the way it should be.
Pretty alright.
Like, I'll play it eventually, just not right now.
Anyway, keep going.
To clarify more, I have not played Burial at Sea, so I don't have a full, like, complete understanding of how Columbia and Rapture tie together. I have, like, a loose understanding of it, but honestly, one of the biggest problems that I have with video games in general is a giant exposition dump towards the end, and this game is very guilty of that. You can follow along with the voxophone hints and, like, try and piece together the story, but one, if you're playing in a room that's very loud, it's hard to hear. And two, I'm not very good at remembering multiple details from multiple people about multiple settings. So that was something that really threw me off. And just the giant exposition dump at the end was helpful in clarifying everything. But it was like, until then, I didn't feel like I was doing anything. I literally just felt like I was killing giant mobs of people who didn't need to die. Because they even say, like, at one point, like, oh, you can sometimes avoid conflict if you're, like, non-violent. And I'm just walking through the town square being non-violent. And it's like, oh, 20 people suddenly want to kill me. That's fine.
I love this game, but even I'll admit that's a fucking lie.
But, like, I felt like in BioShock, because I was in a survival setting, that, like, I needed to kill to survive. I was there to kill people. And especially with the whole ending nonsense and all that. Not going into that right now, because I haven't played Burial at Sea. But whatever. I felt like there was a reason for me killing everybody. And in Infinite, I was just like, I didn't have to kill those people, but I did because they were in the line of fire of somebody else who I had to kill. Sorry, citizens. Sorry you existed in the same field of Booker's shock jockey. By the way, I really like Shock Jockey. I find it a carryover from BioShock when I played predominantly with the Shock Plasmid and the Wrench. That's really fun. So yeah, those are my 2 cents on Infinite. It's a solid game. I wish I hadn't played it on easy, because it's way too easy. BioShock on easy was at least somewhat of a challenge.
Honestly, even on normal mode, it's still really easy.
But I'm bad at games.
No, but even on normal mode, I still dare say.
Still, it shouldn't have been that easy to kill enemies.
BioShock Infinite has this really weird difficulty spike where it's like on easy and normal mode, it's like ridiculously easy, and then you go on 99 mode and you're like, oh my god, I can't take 2 steps. What am I didn't sign up for this Dark Souls bullshit.
Is that because Booker is 99 years old?
Yeah.
Got it.
Is that your 2 cents on it?
Yeah.
I will say this as the resident
Evil fan.
BioShock. I love BioShock 1 and Infinite for different reasons, many of which you described. Like in BioShock 1, I do prefer the setting. I do prefer Rapture. I do prefer the exploration is much more free. The atmosphere is much cooler to explore. But in BioShock Infinite, the story is much more engaging. The characters are much more interesting. But also, on the other hand, BioShock was not designed to do that. It was designed to only have 2 interesting characters, Andrew Ryan and Frank Fontaine. And then on the other hand, BioShock Infinite, they pull a lot of your heartstrings way more than they do BioShock 1. But BioShock 1, even from a gameplay aspect, like you were mentioning, the mobs and mobs of people, I will say that in BioShock 1, like, I kind of felt what you felt with BioShock Infinite in that regard. Like, I was like, why am I... Like, I'm killing these splicers because they're attacking me, but, like, why? I don't have any
I threw a
bullshit
rock at
that
a
you
guard.
want. But with BioShock Infinite, the reason they're attacking me is because, I'm the false shepherd. And, so I felt more... I think I kind of felt the opposite what you're thinking is because, like in BioShock 1, I was like, why the fuck am I doing some of this? Because Atlas Assassin, I mean, obviously that is addressed later in the game, but in Infinite, I felt there were many more reasons to do things. My point being, I love both of them enormously, but for completely opposite reasons. I feel like, for me, it's a very Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time relationship. I know I've mentioned this a few times on the podcast, but it's like there are things I love about one that are done so poorly in the other, and vice versa, that it's like, I have a very hard time choosing which one I like better, and it honestly depends on my mood.
Very easy time.
One more quick thing. I found the Vigors really boring this time around, honestly.
The what?
The Vigors. Because a lot of them were very similar to each other.
No, it's not even that, but I feel like the ones in BioShock were much more exciting. Like, there was one where you could shoot fucking bees out of your hand.
Yeah, that was
Hey.
cool.
And BioShock Infinite, I think the most hardcore we got was like, you can fly things back.
You know what else can shoot bees?
Hive Mind.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to find out what that is, watch our Shadowrun series.
Subtle plug.
Ooh, a
Not so
hive
subtle.
mind.
Yeah.
Do they not have a brain? Is it just a beehive and it shoots bees out?
You'll find out.
Oh, man.
Do you have anything else to say about BioShock Infinite?
Not about BioShock Infinite, but I did play the next episode of King's Quest.
Enlighten.
I played episode 3, and it was far more entertaining than episode 2, but that's not saying a lot. I didn't have to feed the elderly this time around, which was really nice.
But you didn't have to feed a baby, right? Is that in this one or is that
No.
later?
Spoiler!
You don't have to feed a
There's
baby.
children!
There's no baby.
Didn't you mention someone was pregnant?
Yes. But they're not included in it.
There's no baby.
You did.
It's a miscarriage. It's fine.
Did you
Doesn't count.
Pregnancy
doesn't count. It's a miscarriage.
Oh my god.
Can that be the title of it? It's clickbait. We'll get so many downloads, Deanna. No.
The 10 most recent miscarriages.
No. Top 10 anime miscarriages.
I knew that was coming as soon as you said top 10.
No. Top 10 anime miscarriage.
No, just stop at top 10 anime dads.
With that Doug Trio fucking, I got like...
Why are you like this?
It's clickbait. We'll get so many downloads. We'll be rich.
That's
We're coming after your job, Keem.
In the third episode of King's Quest, you choose your wife, and there's no miscarriages involved.
Did you know that only a quarter of all pregnancies actually come to fruition?
Stop with the
seriously?
statistics!
Yeah. A quarter. Pregnancy is very dangerous.
My mom has had 4 pregnancies, and we're all alive.
My mom had
damn.
4 pregnancies, and one of them didn't work out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It happened before I was born.
If it makes you feel them, 3 of them didn't work out in the sense that none of them came out as great as me.
That's a little arrogant.
Yeah, that's mean to your siblings.
I'm sure
Are
your
you the
siblings are
oldest?
fine.
Yes, I am.
You gotta be a good older sister. What the fuck?
Fuck them.
I'm a younger sister.
I'm the oldest.
I don't have a younger sibling.
I'm very protective of my
I
sisters.
am the younger
I don't give
sibling.
a shit about my sister.
No!
I stopped caring long ago.
Oh my god.
Y'all, if you are a long time listener, well, not even long time, like a couple of months. If you've been
like
listening
2
to this,
weeks.
yeah, 2 weeks. Well, if you have listened to this podcast, particularly, I'm thinking back to that week where I just had that horrendous day where my PS3 broke,
yeah.
which I'm happy to say she did get repaired. So
Hey.
points on you, Katie. You did get it repaired.
Yeah, I remember that
Where
day.
I did
A lot
talk
of
a
other
little bit of
things went
smack
wrong.
about her. So I feel like it's not that I hate her. I just think she makes really stupid fucking decisions, and I'm just done with.
I make a lot of stupid fucking decisions, and my sisters still like me.
Well, yeah, but do your sisters date the same drug dealer who stole your car on and off for 2 years?
Oh.
No.
I broke my brother's Xbox once. I literally pressed the button and put Tony Hawk in, and then I got Red Rings of Death.
My sister, for those of you who
Not your
didn't hear,
fault.
my sister, who's 2 years younger than me, she a couple weeks ago she broke my PS3 because she was using it as a Netflix machine, and she kept it on all day, even when she was at work for like 8 to 9 hours at a time.
Her house must have been really, really hot.
I mean, it's in Oklahoma, but and so it broke, but she did get it repaired. My brother has vouched for that, and since my brother confirmed it, I can assume it's true. So, points to you, Katie. You did that. Thanks. Even though you're not fucking listening.
What if this is the one episode she listens to?
Oh, damn.
I want to see what she's up to all the way in real America.
Oh, boy. So tell us a little bit more about King's Quest.
Basically, you pick between these 2 girls, and whoever you marry, that's your grandmother.
Just like a real king.
Yep.
Which one did you pick?
I picked V. No, I picked niece.
I also picked niece. No, I feel like no one picked V. Sorry, V.
I was reading the feeds, and everybody was like, I liked her rational manner. I was like, but she's fucking boring.
Yeah.
Niece
pretty
is like, I came up here to find a magical unicorn. I was like, yes.
I was like, yeah, you're pretty cool.
I got the achievement on Pat's account to give her the perfect gift, and it was a pink sparkly lute.
No.
And I loved that. And Niece is great. Anybody who picks V is inferior.
Oh,
Maybe you're not inferior, just V probably is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
yeah,
insult you. I'll
that's
insult
pretty
V.
drastic. Do you have anything more to say? Did you enjoy the episode this time around?
I enjoyed it much better than the first one. Second one, not the first one. First one was great. Everybody should play the first one. It's free.
Yeah, it is
Like,
free.
you actually have no excuse except if your computer's at maximum capacity. Play King's Quest Episode 1. It's free.
Honestly,
actually have a big
even
problem
if you
with that.
don't play it, like, you can watch it, and it's one of those games that's still super entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
I have watched a few playthroughs of the first 2 chapters of King's Quest, and I've been plenty entertained.
I found the environment much more engaging this time around. It wasn't the same. You weren't underground the entire time. There were actually a few changes in environments, which was a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Some very different environments. The puzzles were better, though there were 2 puzzles that were basically the exact same and were equal difficulty, so it was kind of a cop-out. But there was one puzzle, especially with Niece, that was kind of like, it felt more like an episode 1 thing, where you have to build a car to go over a ramp, and you have to pick, like, the silly items, like the wheels wind up being 2 pieces of bread.
Yeah.
But if they do it
typical
with,
day in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
you pick one and then she picks another, but based on what you pick, she'll pick the other. So, like, the spokes is an ore,
Yeah.
and then she'll go back and get the other ore.
Okay.
It was just like little stuff like that. It felt more like an episode 1 thing than what episode 2 was, which was dreadful. But my only complaint is that my laptop is shit. And at the very end, there's a part where you have to scale the castle while it's freezing behind you. Mm-hmm. And at one point, my laptop just didn't render that in time. And I just died like 15 times in a row because there's one spot on one of the stairs that if you don't go to that one spot, you just don't climb. So I had Graham just walking into an invisible wall for like 5 minutes.
Oh, Graham.
Just unable to make progress because my laptop was just lagging.
Sweet Graham cracker.
So that was my one complaint, is that my laptop is shit and has a really hard time with timed events.
I'm sorry.
Soon we won't lag with Microsoft Word. Soon we can have 5 tabs open.
For 19 days.
Yeah.
Hopeful
Do you
for
have
episode
anything
4.
to add
To King's Quest?
to anything?
I played
guess.
games.
Were you done with King's Quest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
excited
didn't
to play
mean to cut
episode
you
4.
off. I didn't mean to cut you off. I
No, I was
talked
done.
directly over your sentence.
Me when I talk about BioShock.
Throwback Thursday. It's 2 minutes ago.
This
Yeah.
still isn't as bad as that
I'm sorry.
pod-
I get really passionate when I talk about BioShock. It's one of those games where it's like I feel there are not many games where I feel like really strongly about like, oh well, you have to understand this and you have to understand the symbolism behind that. Well, you got to understand that's not how it was designed. But like, I consider BioShock and BioShock Infinite my favorite games of all time. So it's like
That's
it's like
fair.
those games, Earthbound, the .hack GU trilogy, like those are my holy trinity of games where it's like I hear one person make like a really stupid complaint and I know in my heart that it's a really stupid complaint.
Yeah.
But I'm like, part of me is like, no, remember that one interview from 2009 where Ken Levine said
At
this, this, and
exactly
this, which
7
means that
p.m.
wasn't meant to happen. And I know I need to work on that, but it's like I hear people talking shit and I'm like, square up.
Sydney?
Square up.
I'd just like to say that this exact moment in time where I'm just constantly being interrupted reminds me of that time we did the podcast over the summer and we played Greg's Fuck, Marry, Kill game.
Yeah.
And we spent like
That was a ball to listen to. Can I just say?
We should do that again soon.
I would love to do
There was just that 20-minute long tangent where I mentioned I hadn't played a Zelda game and then just it went.
It went.
And then at one point I was like, I said one thing and I have 2 other things to say.
That was a fucking riot to listen to.
That was a fucking
That's
riot to be
honestly,
there.
that is honestly one of my favorite episodes of the Lifecast.
I'm so glad.
How far in are we? What time are we?
7 hours about?
Yep. Totally. 47
3
and
hours
a
and
half
43 minutes.
At any given moment. In a minute, it'll still be 3 hours and 43
We're
minutes.
at 48 minutes.
48.
And 48
about, yeah.
seconds.
Can I make a quick, like, can I break the fourth wall for a minute? Make a
Sure.
quick suggestion. Do we want to, like, maybe, I feel like we spent a lot of time talking about, like, announcements. Do we want to maybe make that a separate episode?
What?
So
What?
that the podcast itself isn't as long, because we're already at 48 minutes.
What else do we have to talk about?
Me and Adam have played games.
Okay.
We still got time. It was only 47
What
minutes.
the fuck? Talk!
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's stopping you?
I hope we're gonna cut that.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure.
That was-
I wasn't sure if we were shooting for an hour or not.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, we are?
Seven,
Okay.
I can go over.
Yeah.
All right. We
It's
can
all-
talk fast.
We have,
Have you met us?
we have an hour and 10 minutes before the building
All right,
closes.
all right, all right.
Yeah.
Adam, do you want to go first or should I?
It doesn't matter.
It's girls' club. You go first.
Okay,
Rude.
cool.
You see my gender?
I've played a lot of games since the last time I've been on this podcast. Pokemon Moon, which I mean, there's a lot to say about it, but a lot of it's already been said. So I'm just gonna leave it at I like it. It does have a couple imperfections, but overall I'm having a jolly good time with it. I've been playing. I got Owlboy recently. I have only got about an hour into it though because I had a bitch of a time
Okay.
trying to configure my controller to it because I tried playing it on my keyboard, but because I'm an artist and because like my hands like I'm at that point now. I feel like this is the gateway of being a real artist where it's like I feel like I have borderline carpal tunnel because like after a while my hands start cramping up really badly, and that's why I really hate using WASD controls because my hand after a couple minutes, it'll start cramping up like crazy, and I'm like, well, I can't play this game for more than 15 minutes.
That's how I used to feel before the summer, and then I got used to them.
Yeah, well,
That's how I felt before I played WoW.
well, I don't play WoW, and fuck you, I draw.
Just play Overwatch for like a month or so. You'll get used to it.
But
I'm the person who started playing Overwatch PC version with a controller.
But so I had to set up my third-party controller for it, and it was not getting along with the program I was using, and it took me forever just to figure out how to lay out the controls, and it was just a pain in the ass. And by the time I did finally get it set up, I was just kind of feeling done, and I got Death Road to Canada the next day. If you watched the 24-hour charity stream, we got to play it briefly there, and I had a lot of fun with it then, and now I got my own copy, and I love it. And I highly recommend it. It will honestly probably be, like, among my... If it's not, like, in the top 5 of my favorite games that came out this year, it's going to be really close. I'm having such a fun time with it. I have played significantly more of Spirit of Justice. And my only complaint is that one of the big things... I'm a huge fan of Ace Attorney, so I was planning on wanting to play it, like, no matter what, just because it's an Ace Attorney game, and I'm in too deep now. I've been playing these games since Apollo Justice came out. Like, I'm at that point beyond Return. But the thing I was most excited for, like most people, was the fact that we were finally going to get to see Maya Fey again. And despite the fact that that was the big thing they were pushing with this game, other than the fact that, ooh, it's a different country and a different legal system. Woo! Here I am in the third case of the game, and I'm pretty well into it, no less, and I'm only now seeing Maya. And it's like... there's like a little less than half of the game left now, and I feel like that I waited too long to finally get to Maya, and it's like, yeah, it's very satisfying now, because I'm like, oh my god, my girl, I missed you. Where have you been? But why? Just literally shift the order cases 2 and 3 are in, that leaves the whole problem. I've also been playing a lot more of Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I still love it. I'm still anime trash. And the only other game I can think of at the top of my head is Hyper Light Drifter, which I finally got to start. I got it months ago. I did a commission for it. Someone commissioned me, and they paid me by getting me a copy of Hyper Light Drifter, but I wasn't able to play it immediately because my computer couldn't run it, and I now understand why. This game is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how far in I am, because I've heard that the average playtime, to beat Hyper Light Drifter is roughly 8 hours. I'm 6 hours in, and I'm still in the second area, and I'm totally fucking lost. So it's like, on one hand, I'm like, wow, this game is gorgeous, this game is fun, the platforming is great, there's really tight, solid controls, and did I mention, it's fucking gorgeous. But on the other hand, I'm like, oh my fucking god, I want to move on, and because communication in this game is so unclear, I don't know where to go. I don't know what I should be doing. I don't know why I am doing anything. And I get that that's an artistic choice that they made with this game, and in some ways it works. But for where I am now, where I'm just fucking stuck, I'm like, I'd kill to have one person talk to me in plain English and say yeah, that's where you need to be right now. Fucking go there, or put a mark on my map or something. I wish the communication were just a little clearer, just a little bit, because I'm so lost right now. And by the time I'm able to play it again, because I'm playing it on Dan's computer, so in other words, I'll only get to play it when I'm over there. By the time I get to play it next, I'll probably be even more lost, because I won't even have that benefit of, oh, well, I played it last night, or I played it a few hours ago, so I remember that I tried going into this area and it didn't work. I'm probably going to go back now and be like, fuck.
You could always play it on the VGA computer.
I could, but then my save data.
Would not transfer over?
Huh?
Are you playing it on your account or Dan's account?
Dan's account.
I don't know if that game supports it, but it should, just have Steam, the cloud.
Maybe. Honestly, as far as playing video games in the VGA room goes, I think I'm pretty set with Tokyo Mirage Sessions right now.
Yeah.
Just an option.
But I I'm only a little more than, to my understanding, I'm a little more than halfway through Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and I've poured about 40 hours into this game already.
I thought you were gonna stop it on poor.
No, but I love Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I think it's wonderful, and I think it's anime garbage, and I love it. That's what I've been playing.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yep.
Oh, sick.
Just straight into your
Hey, I'm still here, you know. My name's Adam, if you didn't know. Now, I'm here. I'm bringing you with the
That
hottest
was
scoops
nice.
in video
This is
games.
Girls Club. Welcome to the Life.
What'd you just say? I'm here to bring you with the hottest scoops in video games.
Stop mansplaining.
I just said I'm bringing you the hottest scoops. I didn't explain anything.
Bring us them hot scoops.
I have a notebook here. I didn't write anything down, but I wanted to look professional.
Yeah, we were comparing notebooks earlier.
Yep, I wrote podcast and then Dishonored.
My notebook is the best because my notebook is a little flyer that says, yes, on 5, A Better Boston, last question, back of the ballot, and...
What was the question?
I don't even fucking... Okay, question 5 has been endorsed by Mayor Martin J.
Okay, what's the
Walton.
question?
If passed, Yes on 5 will generate $20 million annually to improve our neighborhoods, with the average homeowner
Whoa.
paying $24
I'll get $20 million
per year.
if I answer yes.
Many
Why the fuck would I
low-income
say no?
homeowners, seniors, and tenants will pay nothing at all. I'm sure there's way more to it
A
than
free
that,
$20 million?
but-
Fuck yeah, I'll say
Well,
it.
no,
I'll
that's
take
what they're
it.
saying, but, like, I'm sure that there's more to it than that. I'm sure it's, like, $20 million, but what's the price, like, on a...
No, you just get it. You answer yes and they just give it to you.
Wow. Oh, wow. I can't believe that's how I'm going to get out of student debt.
So I've been playing 2 games recently. I've been playing Pokemon Sun and Moon. Well, Sun. I've put about maybe 120 hours into that at this point.
My God.
Excuse me?
Yeah, about 120 hours.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
You guys can't see it, but Deanna she was staring out
You
there,
know-
and she just looked really
Maybe 114.
You know
Do you have
that
DS on you right now?
It's
that
downstairs.
video
We can check
Lemmy's
after this,
show?
though.
Huh?
You know that video Lemmy's show where he does the kilogram? And it's a kilogram of steel or a kilogram of feathers, and he just realizes...
heavier than feathers.
Yeah, and he just realizes that they're the same, and he just stares off into space for a while. That was my face.
That was actually me one time. I rented a DVD of Matilda. Fun fact, I broke that DVD. I didn't see the button in the middle that said push. And I cracked it in half. So we bought it from Blockbuster. And there was a quiz on it, and that was the first question. And I remember, like, 7-year-old me had my mind blown when I was like, wait, these are the same.
Yeah.
Dude, real fucking talk. You want to know something? No, keep talking.
I'm sorry!
I'm sorry.
I drew a sloth.
I can see you, Drew.
Like
Adam.
a year
me too.
ago.
Anyway, Adam, tell us more.
I really enjoy it.
We're happy for you. You
Yeah, I'm
look very
happy for me
happy
too.
yourself.
No, yeah, I like some of the changes they made. I don't like the changes they necessarily made with competitive stuff, like breeding and stuff like that. A lot of it is a lot more work. Some of it is a lot quicker.
I feel like for everything that they made more of a process, they also did something to streamline other aspects.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
feel like, honestly, compared to X and Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, you're still probably going to be pouring in the exact same amount of time
No,
regardless.
it's they
It's
say
a very give and take kind of situation.
like they save you a lot of time in some places, and meanwhile, I took 8 hours to find a fucking Destiny knot. So like, it's give and take.
Let's tell the audience something. So it took you 8 hours to find a Destiny knot. Remind me, how many did our dear friend, also on the Lifecast, Chris, how many?
Yeah, Chris got 4 in about an hour.
What?
He got 4 Destiny knots in 1 hour,
How?
and I got 1 in 8 hours.
Oh.
This is luck.
The game actually hates Adam.
Yeah, but it made up for it because I was breeding a Rangoon and they just gave me a shiny one in the first few eggs.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, so it's kind of
I haven't seen in shiny Orangaroo
Oh,
yet. What do they
you
look
will.
like?
It's
It's
just
actually
pink.
pretty.
It's pink and it's like jacket.
It's
thing.
jacket?
Oh, it's not really.
I always
It's
thought
kind
it'd be
of
more like
Is
a
it a cape.
cloak,
It's
kind
a
of.
cloakish. It looks like it
It's
is.
shawl?
It's shawl.
Yeah, it's a shawl.
It's outerwear.
It's what-
Oh no!
What?
I was scrolling through all the photos and I forgot all the lewd.
Oh.
For those
There's a
of
lot
you
of
viewers who can't see
I
what's
don't want
going
to look
on,
at an underage child.
Sydney.
Oh my god!
For
For the sake of this conversation,
add a little context
Rem
here.
is overage, but if Jake ever hears this, she is underage. Stop it, Jake.
Oh my
A
god.
little bit of context for you.
You just had
horribly lost listeners.
had to.
So when
Had
we
to
started
mention the
talking about the
detail about
shiny,
Jake.
Sydney got out her phone, started going through our group message, like looking for the picture of the
That's a
shiny,
lot.
and our dear weeaboo friend Jake. He
He is a weeaboo indeed.
he sent us a lot of promiscuous photos of a certain
Hentai,
of a
as
certain
the weebs like to call it around the block.
of a certain character named Rem from a certain ReZero
From NWA, if you know the rapper Ram, MC Ram.
and as Sydney was kind of going through the messages looking for the picture of the shiny, she
there
suddenly
it is.
encountered a block of, ooh, that's nice, I like it.
Bad natured,
She
though.
suddenly encountered just a block of promiscuously inclined pictures of Rem.
Mm-hmm.
But as we all know, Wilhelm is best girl anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Oh my god.
So yeah, like in some places they streamline a lot of the basic things of Pokemon, but on the other hand, they seem to make it a lot harder for competitive people if you don't like hacking, like I don't. Like,
Can I
yeah.
Can I ask something real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I hate to go off on a tangent again, but I feel like this is definitely related.
Hey.
Especially in the last year since we've seen Nintendo cracking down so much on a lot of
Mm-hmm.
third-party games, i.e. Pokemon, Uranium, and seeing their responses to things like competitive Smash. Nintendo and the whole, like, how do I word this? Nintendo and making their games competitive.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Because they...
Well, you mean like with Pokemon?
Well, with anything, because like Nintendo themselves, based on, you know, statements they've made, based on their actions, based on their PR in general, they seem to not, in past years, they don't seem to really like it when people make their games competitive. They seem to prefer, you know, playing them for the sake of playing them. But I feel like we've seen, like with Smash especially, correct me if I'm wrong, because obviously you know a lot more about this than I feel like they're at least starting to acknowledge that people like to play their games competitively, but they don't like to design them in such a way to make them competitive. And I feel like if that really is their mindset, which again, based on their actions, you know, definitely appears to be their mindset, I feel like if they really designed this game with that in mind, I feel like it definitely explains a lot of the decisions they've made, especially in regards to like certain Pokemon things getting changed, especially in regards to breeding, especially in regards to changes made to some of the Pokemon themselves, like fucking Gengar losing Levitate, because it was fucking such a big thing to use in competitive Pokemon. And
Well, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company are different entities. So, like, when the Pokemon Company is making competitive things, I mean, they really love the competitive scene of Pokemon. They have a whole circuit that supports it. And that's something that nothing of Nintendo's first parties do.
yeah,
So
which is why I thought it was just such a weird situation, because I always felt that Pokemon was they're okay with the game, which I
but it's also
for
not
good
them.
reason. Yeah,
who's
it's
okay
not
with
them
it.
specifically,
Yeah.
which is something I've neglected to mention. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
it's like, so I thought that was kind of weird that traditional Nintendo-y sense of please don't make our game competitive kind of rubbed off.
They're not. I'm not saying they're stopping competitive.
Oh, no,
Pokemon
they're
by any
absolutely
means.
not.
They're
Like-
just making a few things a little harder.
Yeah.
But they did make a lot of things a lot easier too.
Yeah.
So I mean, the changes they made don't scream to me saying, "Hey, we're not doing Pokemon anymore."
Yeah.
In fact, they actually made the format itself a lot friendlier to the people who like to play Pokemon because they've limited the Pokemon pool down to Alolan Pokemon only. So even when the Pokebank opens, you will not be able to use like most of the Pokemon you bring up.
Yeah.
So anything that is in the Alolan Pokedex you can use. You cannot use Megas. You cannot use Primals. Everything
So
that's in the
fucking
game.
weird.
Yeah. So they're making a lot of good changes to the format itself.
Yeah.
So if anything, I think they're doing it more so. A lot of people seem to be super, super interested in VGC this season.
Huh.
So seems like it's growing.
I know that as somebody who had like little to no interest in getting into the competitive scene, I want to actually attempt to this gen because I feel like it's very accessible.
Yeah.
Something I've noticed about this gen, or that I'm noticing more Pokemon that I'm thinking, oh, that could be used competitively really well, but I'm not sure if it's because, you know, the first time I ever started, like, even so much as dabbling in the competitive scene was Gen 5, but I didn't actually, like, actively try to breed good Pokemon until X and Y came out.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm nowhere near as good as, Like, I get to a point where, especially with IPs, where I just lose my fucking patience.
Yeah.
But I've always thought, just to kind of tie this whole little tangent up, Nintendo, as we've seen in the past, based on their actions, based on their words, I'm sure I don't need to make specific references to times because there are so many. Nintendo, just regular-ass Nintendo, they don't seem to like it very much when people make their games competitive, but in recent months, they seem to have kind of warm up a little bit to the fact that, not noticeably, but, just a little bit, they seem to, in the Switch trailer, we did see them actively acknowledge esports, which is more than they've done, well...
They acknowledge the esports
Splatoon. That's more than they've done. That's more than they've done in the past. But I just wonder if Pokemon is going to affect their stance on playing their games competitively. Because I really wish that they would just go all out and say, no, you know what, competitive bullshit for anything multiplayer we've ever done. I would love a competitive Mario Party game. Do you know how much money I would pay?
They'll have a fucking competitive fucking Super Mario run before they have competitive any good game they have.
Exactly. Which is really disappointing because I feel like they have a lot of games which would be so good if they would just actively be like, okay, we don't mind if you play this competitively. And the one game that they have made in recent years, well, maybe not them, but
tread lightly.
It's Pokemon. The only game that I feel like they've made that could even... I feel like I have this weird suspicion in my heart that Pokken was them trying.
I mean,
it's horrible. It's so horrible.
I mean, they tried in that they tried to make a fighting game.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I mean. And when there's a fighting game, there will be a competitive scene for it inevitably. But
also nothing to do with Nintendo.
Yeah, Pokemon that's literally what I just fucking. That's why I was so kind of.
No.
I hesitate on saying that because again, it's a Pokemon company, but
I mean, even when you watch esports, not even so much esports, but just when you go to a tournament, a Smash tournament is not endorsed by Nintendo.
It's not exactly.
It's endorsed by whoever's there. Pokemon VGC is Pokemon.
And I wish that Smash tournaments were endorsed by Nintendo. Can you imagine how insane they would get?
Yeah, they'd actually have money.
Imagine. So I wish Nintendo would acknowledge competitive scenes.
And the other thing I played was Dishonored 2.
Yeah. How is that? Pray tell.
So I've been playing maybe 4 or 5 hours of it so far. I haven't put much time into it, and I actually think I might be giving up already with it because I'm not sure I really like it that much.
Okay.
So.
Well, how did you feel about Dishonored 1?
I liked it. I didn't love it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. But did you finish it though?
Yeah, I finished the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which game is Dishonored again?
It's the stealth one with Corvo, the masked dude.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken Corvo Blue.
Chicken Corvo Blue.
My old roommates fucking love Dishonored, and that's what we call them.
Yeah, I definitely like the first one. And this one, I'm feeling it's way too samey. The game starts up, and they make you pick your character almost immediately. They give you, it's Emily or Corvo. They give you about 5 minutes to decide which one you actually want to play. I'm like, well, I don't fucking know. I'm like, it's just sure, I had a whole game to talk about these, to learn these characters, but fuck, I haven't played that since 2012. What the fuck do you want from me?
Came out that long ago?
Yeah, something like 2012.
God.
And so I panicked and picked Corvo. So it might partially be my fault that this game feels very samey.
Yeah.
Because, but not only in the abilities. I mean, in the environments, in the look, the style of it. It's so similar, almost to a fault. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate that. Oh, but I certainly don't.
Out in 2012.
I wanted a different thing with Dishonored, and it seems like I'm not getting that so far. That might change later, but I'm also not sure how much more I want to play of this game. Because I'm doing the same things, looking for rooms in the same places, I'm sneaking around the same way, I'm killing enemies the same way, and I don't know if I want to do that again.
Mm-hmm. Mm. That it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh. You can go. You can keep going.
Oh, I have much more to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was just joking about the girls' club thing.
I would say something about Dishonored, trying to keep the conversation going. But frankly, my knowledge of Dishonored is limited to Chicken Corvo Blue, and the Outsider. My roommates once made makeup based like a face thing. Yep. Based on the Outsider, and it looked fucking cool.
The Outsiders is a fantastic book.
Yes, it is.
But that's about where my knowledge of Dishonored.
They also haven't set up anything interesting either. Say because I picked to play as Corvo. This is the first 5 minutes. I picked to play as Corvo, so then Emily gets kidnapped again. So not only like I'm actually doing the same exact fucking thing that I'm doing in Dishonored 1. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't know. Like maybe you don't do that. Like maybe because I wanted to play as Corvo, maybe don't make me do the same exact thing. But this time she's in stone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what time of night it is?
For us to fucking leave.
It's question time.
Oh.
Sorry, question.
I
Real
forgot
quick.
we had questions.
Yeah, right?
We went on so
Roll
many
quick.
tangents.
We
Yeah.
got one question from
We did,
Kennedy,
didn't we?
who's sitting right here.
You asked for this when you let me come on. You know what you get when you sign up for this. You sign up for tangents.
So real quick,
That's what you sign up
real
for.
quick.
Are we gonna have a tangent about tangents? Yeah. I have cough drops. Would you like one?
Real quick, Kennedy asked us, what are some tiny... I'm going to paraphrase. Real quick, you get, like, a word. What is one thing...
tiny?
What is one tiny thing in gaming that bugs you a ton? Example, small problems that you know you blow out of proportion.
Go ahead.
I have
Answer
a
me.
sentence.
I asked you guys.
Oh. Okay, wow.
What?
This didn't bother me so much as everyone else who played this game, but the motion controls in Skyward Sword were not that fucking bad.
Are we going on this again?
No, that's all I have to say.
Okay.
God, one of my biggest pet peeves in video games in a whole is like, say you look at like there's this fantastic franchise that some would say is fantastic called BioShock. And when people say that like BioShock is even close to the masterpieces of BioShock 1, it really bugs me.
Did you play Burial at Sea?
I did.
Oh, boy.
That's part of BioShock 1. What the fuck is
Well,
it?
no, it's part of Infinite, but
I know, but it might as well be. That's my
BioShock
biggest
Infinite's a masterpiece.
Hey, what do you have to say?
I hate exposition dump.
Yeah.
I think it's a
That's a pretty
really,
bad
really
thing.
bad move.
Why are both of these related to BioShock?
No, this is.
Are you guys trying to
No.
Maybe we had a 45-minute discussion on BioShock.
Exposition dump is actually one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to games in general.
Oh, okay.
And books and movies.
Yeah.
So, like, any kind of medium
Yeah.
that's used to tell a story?
Please do not wait until the last 30 minutes of something to tell me what I've been doing this entire time.
Yeah.
It's really, really annoying, and it just makes me be like, wow, everything I tried to make up while I was going along, putting all the pieces together, is fucking wrong. Great.
I asked this question because earlier I was actually having a discussion with our very own Greg about this. Something that
Who's
has...
Greg?
He's from this podcast. You probably hear him a lot. But, because something that kind of bugs me is that, like, fucking the PS4 Pro and the new 3DS, I hate that, like, and I know this is such a nitpicky I have no reason to complain about this, but, like, all these frame rate drops and bullshit, like a game playing better on the new 3DS than the PS4 Pro. It's like, I get why it does that. You know, the process thing is better, and it's like they want you to buy the new one, but at the same time, I'm like, but don't
shaft people.
Don't,
up.
don't fucking...
Yeah, it is. It's already happening with the PS4
Yeah,
Pro.
no,
Like,
and that's why we were talking about it earlier,
Yeah.
because he was telling me about how he's having tremendous problems with that right now in Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
And how it looks gorgeous on the Pro,
Yeah.
and on his regular PS4, you know, there are parts where it just looks horrendous.
No.
And we were just talking about, you know, just how stupid it is that, you know, just because, you know, we get it. It's going to look better on one better than the other. That's the whole point. That's part of the reason you made the new one in the first place.
Yeah.
We get it. That's fine. But don't just completely disregard the other guys, because the fact of the matter is they're still going to be playing it on the regular ass system.
Yeah.
And it's not going to do your reviews for your game. It's not going to do your customer base any good if you just completely disregard everybody else. So for the love of God, if you're making a game on the new 3DS or the PS4 Pro, don't make it so that running it on a regular 3DS or a regular PS4 is the equivalent to running your game on a potato.
Yeah,
Please.
but on the other hand, like Final Fantasy is a third-party game, and they have no fucking like they don't care about which Sony console it runs well on. Like they're like this is happening with their first-party games too.
I know,
Like,
and that's why
yeah.
I'm thinking this is a tiny problem that I'm
Yeah,
blowing
no,
out of proportion.
It's
'cause
not
just-
really a tiny problem because like The Last Guardian just came out today, and people are having problems on the regular PS4 versus
Are
the
they
PS4
really?
Pro. Yeah,
I
and this is a
haven't-
first-party Sony game.
I haven't looked
that was
into
meant to run on the
anything about this
PS3.
game.
Yeah. So like it's absurd that like it can happen with third party. Fuck it, because who are they to fucking care about which version it's on? Which version runs fucking better on? It's not their job. They didn't fucking make the PS4 Pro. Why would they have to do extra work?
No, but at the same
But,
time, they
like-
should be considerate of
Yeah, they
those
should be.
people on there. Because, again, it's
Yeah.
not going to do their reviews
Yeah.
any favors.
Yeah, but it's also happening with first party, and that's the shit that bothers me more than the third parties. Like, The Last Guardian should not have frame rate issues on the PS4 when it doesn't have any on the PS4 Pro.
And definitely not when it was made with the PS3 hardware in
Yeah.
mind.
It
Absolutely.
was?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Game started
The
development
Last
over a
Guardian's
decade ago.
God,
Yeah.
Sony!
It's been in development hell for a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
On that note, I also wanted to just bring up that I feel that very strongly, especially now with Pokemon Sun and Moon, because I have a 2DS, and I'm actually terrified to even attempt the Battle Royale because of loading everything.
Turn off animations. It made my game better because I don't have to see fucking Z animations with 2 frames a second.
Please show me how to do that, because
Yeah.
I tried SOS chaining, and it
Yeah.
was actually awful
Yeah.
the other day.
No, yeah, it's bad on the 3DS XL as well.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I hear. It just gets
Yeah.
worse.
yep. I'm sure there are a lot of pet peeves in video games that I could probably sit here all day, but nothing I can think of.
That could be an
in the hot
entirely
seat.
separate podcast, and
Yeah.
we are definitely running.
Yeah.
How far are we in?
1:15. Yeah, it's fine. That's
Hey, we
our,
used
that's
to have-
average.
We used to have 4.5 hour podcasts.
Yeah, honestly, we did.
We've
Ew.
cut down.
Last minute pet peeve.
What's up?
Though this is very easy to fix. I hate when games are dark.
Yeah.
I can't see.
No,
Yep.
that's
I feel that, and honestly, like, when
I turn
was,
the brightness up.
let me tell
all
you
the
some
way.
shit.
Every game, it's cranked
Dude,
up all the way.
let me tell you some shit. The first time I played Silent Hill 2, like 10 years ago, I was playing it on
I
a
did
CRT
that
with a
last
horrendous
week.
glare, and it's just
Hello,
that game is so fucking dim. It's a nightmare to play on a CRT with a glare.
I thought you were going to say something about Bioshock.
No, I was gonna say, but no, because on Bioshock you can adjust the lighting. You know what you can't adjust that lighting very much on? Silent Hill, goddamn too.
The mic stand made a really spooky sound.
All right. On that note, what a great place to end it.
No more questions?
No.
Y'all fucking disappoint me.
Oh my god! Be nice to them.
Answer
Well,
questions.
you're not going to get any questions now. You've hurt them.
Answer my questions by asking me questions. Why aren't you writing us questions?
I don't know.
So, yeah.
Why are we?
Oh,
There's a camera battery that's been
yeah.
charging in the room we record in for like 4 straight weeks.
Oh my god.
Hey,
I think
getting
it's
ready for a
probably
big day.
charged.
That guy's never gonna have to need to charge his camera.
That is not how cameras work.
They're getting ready for its big
Batteries.
day.
All right. Let's see. Recap on our announcements.
Bioshock.
We got
Recap on the announcers. Bioshock. This is freaking great.
recap on the
Yeah,
announcements.
leave it at that. Not this is Bioshock.
We
It's
got a Discord server. We got a stream coming your way. We got the Code of Conflict coming your way Sunday, and we have a collaborative Spotify playlist. If you would like to send us songs, limit yourself to 2 and tweet at us. Go on to our Facebook at the Lifecast or _Lifecast on Twitter, thelifecast.net. I don't know. Send us
if
an
you want to
email.
find us on Twitch, we are twitch.tv/NL_Creparian.
No, we are no. It's twitch.tv/thelifecastnet. That's all I have to say.
Bioshock's great.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Yes, it is.
Not infinite. Thank you, Kennedy,
No,
for
Infinite's
agreeing.
fucking fantastic.
No, it's
Goodbye.
not.
Thank you, Kennedy.
It was nice
it's
talking
an
to you.
okay game.
I hope you
Write an
enjoyed
article on
listening
it,
to
bitch.
us.
Then what'll you do?
What a
I'll
great
delete it.
place to end it.
I'm